Today's session will be about the Trinity of the Ultimate. Wisdom, consciousness, and bliss. The ultimate or the absolute. Some people call it God or the Param Tattva. It appears as consciousness only. Because the ultimate is beyond all dualities. The absolute is beyond all dualities. We cannot call the absolute as the consciousness because the other side of the consciousness will be inanimation or jadatva. The absolute is beyond all dualities. But when it appears as consciousness only. And through consciousness, only we can know and we can experience about the ultimate. Without consciousness, ultimate cannot be experienced. And after one experiences the ultimate, there is no consciousness or there is no non-consciousness. There remains only the absolute, the ultimate, which is beyond all characteristics, which is beyond all virtues and vices, which is beyond all dualities. The ultimate, when somebody experiences it, that person remains only blissful. Bliss is not the synonym of happiness. Because when you say that I am happy, it means that sometimes you could be unhappy or sad. Happiness and sadness, or happiness and unhappiness, are two sides of the same coin. But when someone has realized the ultimate, the absolute, that person always remains in the blissful state. Bliss does not have any antinomies. Bliss is always bliss. And the third characteristics of the ultimate. The first is consciousness. Second is bliss. And third is wisdom. Only through wisdom one can know about the ultimate. And once one has realized the ultimate, the wisdom, the consciousness, and the concept of bliss all disappear. And there only remains the absolute or the ultimate. The second name of consciousness, we can call it as energy. Because when we say energy, we do not mean the energy of our body. We do not mean the energy of our mind. We do not mean that that energy is about this cosmic energy. You only mean the consciousness. Because only through consciousness everything comes into existence, everything is sustained, and when the consciousness disappears, or, or when it starts not to be manifesting, we call it death. Energy is always consciousness, and consciousness is always energy. These three virtues, or the characteristics, or the Trinity, is all about the ultimate, or the absolute, or God. Now, when you have realized the Brahman, or the ultimate, or the absolute, how could forget about the other people? But how can ourselves, we ourselves, know that we are on the right path? These three, consciousness, wisdom, and bliss, are the litmus paper test to figure out whether we are on the right track, whether we have reached or we have attained or we have realized our destiny or the ultimate, whether whatever we are doing will lead us to that absolute. When someone is aware all the time, and when we say aware, it does not mean awake. When someone is always aware, when someone is always in the witness state, even though whatever we are doing, or whatever someone will be doing, it does not matter. But just like a thread, when you have a needle and thread, so wherever needle goes, thread will always follow that needle. Likewise, whatever we do, whether we are dreaming, whether we are in the awakened state, whether we are uh, sleeping, or whether we are doing any kind of activity, just like that thread, which is always following the needle because it is attached with the needle. Just like that awareness, the state of awareness, when it is there all the time, that is the first litmus paper test that you are on the right track, because now the person is always aware. The person is always conscious. And when we say conscious, it does not mean that consciousness of physical body. It's a conscious state of ourselves. That state can be achieved through wisdom. In Upanishad, to describe the ultimate, they have used three words. They have used many words. They also have these particular three words. Prajnanam. Prajnanam, jnanam means knowledge, to know. But when we say prajnanam, that is not knowledge, but that is the wisdom. Because knowledge can be verbal. Someone can recite so many scriptures and so many sentences and shlokas and verses. It does not mean that that person is wise. You can say that that person is knowledgeable. knowledge would disappear sometime. Knowledge can be challenged. Knowledge can be doubted. Through logic, you can actually falsify the knowledge. But wisdom, that is prajnanam, is something else. It is different than knowledge. It is not just to know about something. It is to feel about something. To know Brahma, to know the Absolute, to know God is different than to experience or to feel the Absolute, to feel or to experience the ultimate or God. So when one has wisdom, that is a practical knowledge, knowledge in practice. You always say about many things, many virtues, many characteristics about Brahma, but it is only knowledge. It is not wisdom, because that knowledge hasn't gone into the practice. So, do we have wisdom? To find out, we have to see that, do we feel jealousy? Do we feel any kind of greed? Do we feel that we still have to actually achieve or attain something? Do we feel that we are still incomplete? Do we still look for the answers in the books, or in the lectures, or in the videos, or from somewhere else? All these mean that even though one has knowledge, but that knowledge hasn't gone into practice. Because once one has wisdom, once one has this prajnanam, it simply means that one will stop looking for the answers. Because there wouldn't be any question remaining. Because that person has experienced the ultimate. And when one experiences, when one realizes the ultimate, there remains no questions. There remains no problems. There remains no doubts. Because you have realized the ultimate. And because of that, that person always remain in blissful state. Nothing to gain, nothing to lose, nothing to worry about, nothing to be anxious about, nothing to actually be stressful about. Because when one realizes the ultimate, all the mysteries, the entire reason and the cause and all the mechanisms of his existence, everything will be revealed to that person. And once everything is revealed, and as we know that we are only anxious because we do not know about something which may or may not happen in the future. We are always in stress because we do not know about the next moment. But when everything is revealed to someone because of the realization, and when I say reveal, it doesn't mean that you will know the exact sequence of any future events. I'm not talking about that. But whatever will unfold, that will not cause any kind of distress, pain, or even pleasure. Because when one is realized, that person remains in the state of equilibrium, in the balance. That person has gone beyond dualities. And when there is no duality, when there is only oneness, then there remains no pain, no pleasure, nothing to be excited about, nothing to be feel sad about. Because the ultimate or the absolute is total bliss, beyond all dualities. This Trinity of the ultimate, bliss, consciousness, and wisdom, is also the litmus paper test of whether we are on the right track of the spiritual path. Thank you very much. You can unmute yourself and also express your views and ideas. Thank you. Yes.
Namaste, Vijayji.
Namaste, Ramesh. How are you?
All is well, all is well. Happy that I could join today your session after some time. The meditation was so beautiful, so beautiful. It was amazing. After a day of work, sitting together and meditating, it was amazing. So thanks a lot for such a beautiful experience. And I'm very happy as well that the sharings today is in alignment with the book I was reading today. It's Seth Wisdom, Seth Speaks. And he was also sharing about consciousness. And he explained in a similar way how much little we generally know, not just know, but as well have an experience of consciousness. And beautifully, he says that if I had the possibility, I would love to let everyone experience a minute speck of consciousness so that they can understand the whole aspect of, consciousness in itself. So that statement is so profound. And today your explanation to this topic got me joy because they were in harmony to what I was reading, and it was as if a synchronicity was flowing. And as well, the part of wisdom, when you said it is not gnanam, it is not information, but it is wisdom. The statement pragnanam brahma was what that was coming through. So wisdom is Brahma. So thanks a lot for the beautiful sharings of today. Yes, we all, as we keep on listening to this, somehow one day we will all as well experience as well. So thanks a lot, Vijayji. Happy that I'm here today to be part of the session and then the wisdom that flown through. Thank you.
Thank you. Even if we pay the attention to the physical, sometimes the physical pleasure, for example, if our skin is itching, now our fingers will automatically go to that place and start scratching that skin because the skin is itchy. If one pays the full attention towards that itching feeling and forget everything, just concentrate thoroughly of the physical pleasure that itching is giving us or that scratching is giving us. That's the hint towards the bliss of the ultimate. All our five senses, they give us this hint, a glimpse of the happiness. Obviously, it's physical happiness or the mental happiness, but it is there just to actually show us and tell us that even this particular physical thing, when we concentrate thoroughly, when we become 100% aware about the feelings it is generating, it can give us a physical or mental pleasure. So likewise, if we concentrate and be aware 100% on ourself, that is just going to the void through meditation, and that will actually shed all the thoughts from our mind. That concentration or that awareness on the self would itself give us so much bliss. And if one has experienced that, for example, if you have tasted some kind of food or sweet, and if we have concentrated thoroughly while we were eating on that taste, then we will actually like to have it again. Likewise, when we meditate and when everything drops away, everything goes away, there remains no thought, and then there would be the glimpse of pure bliss, which would not be physical or mental, but that will only be the glimpse of the ultimate. And that actually gives us this motivation to go again into meditation and go into the silent zone or into the void. And when one is in the void, then only then that person can experience the ultimate. So all our senses are pointing towards that blissful state if we become aware of whatever we are doing.
Yeah, thanks a lot, Vijayji, for this addition. Again, it's a similar synchronicity in the book I was reading. Seth explains the same. If you are just aware of very minute things, even lifting your finger, you'll know how much little one really knows. So thanks a lot, Vijayji. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I think we can conclude the session.
I see there are no more sharings. Yes, Vijayji. We can end the session. Thank you. Thank you, friends. So we will meet again soon with our next session being tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Germany time. Till then, I wish you all a wonderful time. Thank you.
Namaste.
Namaste.